You just hopping on here just to answer a few more YouTube comment questions. One of them I get a lot is, can I compete as an older grappler? And I say, absolutely yes. We all should be competing. I'm an older grappler and I love competing. I know a couple of 80-year-olds that still compete in judo at the World Championships, and they are awesome to watch. And they go at it just like the younger competitors to the best of their ability, and they're vibrant and they're active, and all of the judo spirit is in full display. So it's exciting to watch. As an older grappler, this is how the competitive scene would work. So in judo, we call it veterans, not masters anymore. When we go to the World Championships, we'll be going to the World Veterans Championships. So they're in men every 5-year increments after 30 years old, and in women as well. But often with the women, depending on how many there are in each division, you'll possibly be lumped in with an age category above, below, or weight category above, below, depending on how many women are at that particular World Championships. But invariably, there are tons of men to compete against in the men's divisions, and they always have all of the IJF men's weight categories and all of the age categories for the men. And women is how many women dependent. But for example, one of the World Championships that I went to, there were, I believe, 8 or 9 in our division, and 8 or 9 different countries, which was exciting, all different countries. And the weight division was there, but we got lumped in with some other ages. But that's okay, we got to compete. So in women and in men, usually, if there's enough competitors, every 5 years after the age of 30 years old is a Veterans World Championships. Now, if you go to a national championships, depending on your country, say for example in France, there'll be a lot more competitors competing in the older divisions in judo. So there would probably be all the men and all the women age and weight categories. But if you come to Canada or another country that may just have a fewer amount of masters judo competitors, they may have it in 10-year increments. Or in women, it'll be just light, medium, and heavy, not all the weight categories, that sort of thing. So depending on your country and your region, this is how it'll be for veterans judo. Now for IBJJF Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competitions, it's also every 5 years for the women and for the men. So when you go to, like last year, I went to the IBJJF World Championships for Jiu-Jitsu, and they had all of the weight categories represented and all the age categories represented, which is fantastic. They've got a good smattering of everybody in women and men competing in the over 30 division, which is great. The only difference I found with going to the Veteran World Championships for Judo and the Masters World Championships for Jiu-Jitsu is that all the countries we represented, there's about 50 countries, I believe, in the World Championships for Judo. And there was mainly USA and Canada and a few Brazilians in the Jiu-Jitsu World Championships. So that's the difference I found with the two World Championships. The other difference I found when I was competing at different World Championships for Judo or for Jiu-Jitsu, in Judo, it's always in another country in the world. So the year I went, for example, was in Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates. And then this year it's being hosted by Poland. A couple years ago it was in Japan. So every year it's a different country for the World Championships for Judo. Whereas with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it's almost always held in Vegas in the States. So at the same venue. So those are some of the differences I've noticed between the Judo or the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Masters scenes, but all of it's fantastic and it's great to get involved. You'll find that some of your best friends for life come from your opponents that you're fighting against in your matches at Masters competitions. So really get involved with Masters competitions. I think you'll find it's a really good support network and it's a lot of fun.